No excuses, only results. Your time is now. Yeah, you heard that right. Now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when life gets easier. Right now, this is your time to rise. Let me ask you something. How many times have you said to yourself, I'll start when I have more time, I'll do it when I'm ready, or I'll begin once things calm down? Sound familiar? We all do it. We tell ourselves stories, excuses wrapped up as reasons. But here's the truth. There will never be a perfect moment. Life doesn't wait for your schedule to open up. It doesn't pause so you can figure things out. The clock's been ticking since the day you were born, and every second that passes is a second closer to the end of your story. So what are you waiting for? The perfect conditions? The right support? The ideal mood? No, my friend. The right time is not someday, it's today. Excuses are nothing but comfort zones in disguise. You say, I'm too tired, but what you really mean is, I don't want to push myself. You say, I don't have enough money, but what you really mean is, I'm scared to start small. You say, I don't have time, but what you really mean is, it's not my priority. Because let's be real, if it matters, you'll make time. If it matters, you'll find a way. If it matters, you'll make it happen. Even when it's hard, even when no one believes in you. The most successful people you admire started with nothing but a decision. No magic, no luck, just a choice. They looked at their dreams and said, I'll find a way, no excuses. There was a man named Thomas Edison. He failed over 1,000 times trying to invent the light bulb. Someone once asked him, how did you feel failing that many times? He smiled and said, I didn't fail 1,000 times. I just found 1,000 ways that didn't work. Now imagine if he'd quit at failure number 10, or 100, or 999. The world might still be in darkness. What separated Edison from everyone else wasn't talent, it was his refusal to make excuses. That's the difference between winners and dreamers. Excuses or execution. One says it's too hard. The other says, let's find a way. We live in a world full of distractions. You scroll for hours on social media watching others live their dreams while yours sits waiting. You say, I just need a break. And that break turns into a month of lost time. But every second you spend watching someone else build their dream is a second you're not building yours. Do you really want to look back one day and realize you wasted years making excuses instead of making progress? Excuses don't pay bills. Excuses don't build muscle. Excuses don't start businesses. Excuses don't make dreams come true. Results do. Consistency does. Effort does. Discipline does. And here's the best part. You have all of that inside you right now. Your mind is your greatest weapon or your biggest prison. You can use it to tell yourself, I can't do this. Or you can use it to say, I will figure it out. Every single excuse you make is a brick in the wall standing between you and your success. But every single action you take, no matter how small, is a hammer breaking that wall down. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the strongest. You just have to be relentless. When life says you can't, you answer, watch me. When people doubt you, you say thank you for the motivation. When you fall down, you don't cry about it. You rise stronger. Because guess what? You're not competing with anyone else. Your only competition is the person in the mirror. This is your moment. Right here, right now. You've spent enough time talking about your dreams, enough time waiting for motivation, enough time convincing yourself that you're not ready. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need the stars to align. All you need is action. One step, one move. One decision to stop saying someday and start saying today. You don't have to be perfect to begin. You just have to begin to become perfect. Stop waiting for the fear to disappear. Move through it. Stop waiting for confidence. Build it by doing. Stop waiting for opportunity. Create it. Because this moment right here is the most powerful moment you'll ever have. And if you don't use it, someone else will. Close your eyes for a second. Imagine yourself 1 year from now, stronger, more successful, more confident, living the life you've been dreaming of. Now ask yourself, what if that version of you is only waiting for this version of you to stop making excuses? Imagine looking back and realizing you were capable all along, that everything you needed was already inside you. You don't need a miracle, you just need momentum. Start small, wake up earlier, work out, study, plan, hustle, learn. Every little win builds the foundation for massive success. You're not just chasing goals, you're building your legacy. You're showing yourself what's possible when you stop talking about change and start becoming the change. Life will test you. There will be days when you're tired, when it feels impossible, when the world seems to say, give up. But that's exactly when you must remind yourself, no excuses, only results. Because those hard days, that's where the growth happens. That's where champions are made. Not in comfort, but in chaos. The grind, the late nights, the failures, they're not punishment. They're preparation. And every time you push through, every time you show up when it's hard, every time you silence the voice of doubt, you're becoming unstoppable. You're not here to be average. You're here to be great. You're here to break limits, rewrite your story, and prove to the world and yourself that you can. So today, I challenge you. No more waiting. No more I'll start later. No more excuses. Write that goal down. Take that first step. Hit the gym. Start that project. Learn that skill. You owe it to yourself to see what happens when you give it your all. Because the saddest thing in life isn't failure, it's regret. Regret for not trying. Regret for playing small. Regret for listening to your excuses instead of your potential. But you're not going to live with regret. You're going to live with results. Because today, you choose to rise. This is your time to move, your time to shine, your time to prove that you're not here to make excuses. You're here to make things happen. So go out there and give it everything you've got. The world doesn't owe you success. You've got to earn it. And the best way to earn it is to start right now. Remember, excuses fade, opportunities vanish, but results stay forever. So stand tall, take a deep breath and say it with me. No excuses, only results. My time is now.